Hello guys, this is ManIkWeet and welcome to another episode of with GregTech. So I figured I would start here because while I was doing some preparations, I found this beautiful guy up there. Which is, I don't know, doesn't seem like something that would be perfectly safe, would it be? Right, so let's try kill him, I guess. Quickly. There we go. Beautiful. So I guess I left my door open, maybe somewhere. I really don't know. But there aren't any dark spots for as far as I know. So yeah, I don't know. Why was that guy up there? Well, why not? I mean, that's probably the only. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, figured that would be a nice start of this episode. So of course I see you wondering, well, Mr. ManIkWeet, what have you prepared? The creeper is, by the way, gone for a long time now. Well, dear viewer, that's a very good question. What have I prepared? First of all, I moved this controller, the ME controller, from here to over here. And there's a good reason for that, because with this I can hide some wiring. And I like hiding wires. And why did I dig this whole way? Well, because I want to do something with this industrial grinder. And what would that be? Well, if I go up a little bit and look at my crafting monitor and click over, you can see that it is trying to craft sheldonite, which is not even a thing that exists as a crafting recipe. So that kind of bothers me and I want that to be gone. So I want to get rid of the move single item slash stack, or craft a stack, I guess. And I could have done that with just an extra export bus, which would just try to craft it, but you know what? That's way too easy. So offline, I have been doing some coding on a computer, which I will now make one of. Actually, yeah, I need another one for the next part of this episode. Ooh, special. So this computer is going to be right here. Okay, and we also need some network cables, which is why I made a giant hole of the wall. So, and of course a modem. So let's get a modem or two. Two of you, please. And cable, I would say like 64, sure. Oh, that's quick. I love quick. And get the inventory right, of course. And of course, connect you, get a cable in you, and activate you. Beautiful. And now just go along the path. Sure, I will go like this. Get rid of the torch, go down here, go below the rail track railing. I don't know what it's called because I think, pretty sure that Railcraft actually renames it. So I don't know if I'm very happy with that, but you know. Oh, that's not where I meant to go, but I need to be below here because I wanted to place that like that. And I would like to stay up here. Thank you very much. And connect the cable like that. Nice little cornering there. And of course activate you. Beautiful. So let's patch up the wall, because I made a giant mess of it, and find a way out. This is the way out, by the way, if you didn't know yet. So actually I kind of want to, yeah, we should probably do that. Okay. So now we have a computer connected all the way over to an ME controller. And if we just patch up the wall a little bit, like so, there wouldn't be too much noises of darkness being there, because Minecraft likes to make sure that you know that there is a dark spot somewhere, and that's actually quite annoying, if you ask me. So yeah, let's try not to get that noise, because yeah. Speaking of noises, have you ever tried Minecraft with surround system? Actually, I need to be at the computer, so let's actually go there for a bit. And I guess I can move you. That's not a problem. Sure. Should have figured that out before I did that, but the modem popped off, so I have to reconnect it. Okay. So in this computer, what are we going to do? Well, we are first going to set the label to grinder, sure. And then we are going to paste bin get, because I prepared a program. You can download this as well, of course, and we are going to call it manage. Okay, so if we go into edit manage, you can see quite a lot of code, which I am going to explain because I can. At the top, local Mercury. That's basically the Mercury cell, which has an ID of 21258 for me and a damage of 16. If you have NEI installed, you can see that, and if you do not, you have to press F3H, and Minecraft should be showing it as well. So now it's double because both Minecraft and NEI show it for me. So in case you wonder, you know, that's how you get that. Yeah, so that's the Mercury cell, and then we have the grinder. Basically, that will be the grinder, which is possible to wrap through the peripherals. Of course, this has to be left now, because you know, I have open peripherals, and I will be back soon. And I'm back. So open peripherals is a mod that kind of changes all kinds of different blocks like GregTech and applied energistics, etc., into a peripheral for a computer, which basically it gives you a bunch of methods you can use. And then we have the AE, which stands for applied energistics in short, and we have connected the ME controller 0. So if you look at the chat, that's what we connected to the wire at the other side. So that's cool, and we have a variable called buffer to keep, which is probably never going to be spot on, because if you craft something in applied energistics, there's always a little bit of latency. Anyway, here we have the function craft, which will craft the item stack and the amount of that. Of course, we have a nice little print, and then it will just item stack is a array of data, which contains, just like the Mercury, the ID and the damage. So we also want to add quantity to that, so it can just craft that whole item stack at once, which is required for the open peripherals mod. So yeah, keep that in mind. And here is a function called sleep with a double P, because I wanted to print how long it was sleeping, because I had some issues with it while making this program. So yeah. And of course then we have the main loop, which is while true do, or basically forever do this again and again and again. And then we have local slot 1, which is grinder that gets stack in slot 1. So basically the grinder has 2 slots, and maybe some more if you count the output, but the top slot is 0, bottom slot is 1, and then this slot would be 2, 3, 4 and 5. But we don't care, we only care about slot 1. If slot 1, which is basically a safety check, because if there's nothing in slot 1, you will get nothing. So if there's nothing, you would get errors. So if there is something, which is what this if does, then continue. Local amount. How much of items, Mercury cells or whatever, are in slot 1. That's basically what you are requesting here. Then if the amount is lower than the buffer to keep, in other words, are there only 8 Mercury cells in here, then please go ahead and craft some Mercury cells for me, which is basically at the top here, the item stack, Mercury, and the buffer to keep minus the amount. And then we can sleep for the amount of crafted items times 5, because this is in seconds, and it takes 5 seconds per item to craft. And here is of course the problem that it will probably keep like 17 or 18 in the grinder instead of a perfect 16 because of latency. And if not, if the amount is above the buffer to keep or exactly the buffer to keep, then just sleep for half the time of the buffer times 5. So basically sleep for 40 seconds if you have a buffer of 16. Because 8 times 5 is 40. Else just craft 16 of Mercury. Because, you know, buffer to keep here is 16. And, you know, just do that, right? So that's basically this whole program. Very quick, very easy, very functional. And of course we have to add it startup, so it starts every time. Shell.run And then of course just have, what did I call it? I forgot, that's stupid. Alas, manage. Okay, edit startup. And shall that run manage. Okay, reboot the computer. And we got a problem. That's interesting. Let's see, what would the problem be? Manage. Probably something with 18, line 18, huh? The grinder, it doesn't exist. Ah, because this didn't save. Okay, left please. Thank you. And reboot the computer. Now it's happy. Because there are 64 mercury cells in here, it will sleep for 40 seconds. But if I remove it, and I wait for less than 40 seconds, then it will craft 11 of item 16, because the export bus here should be gone, because, you know. And it will of course sleep for 55 seconds, because it's crafting 11 of the mercury cell. Which, of course, I would like to be in there, so we are going to have to set up a I/O bus, I believe it's called. So let's get a I/O bus, which I cannot pronounce. Let's just look for bus. There, the ME storage bus, I guess. Yeah, sure, that works. And get me an interface, please. Oh, I got one. Nice, nice. Beautiful. And this storage bus is going to be set up for storing every mercury you can think of. So like that, please. And now, of course, I have more mercury than I would like, so there's a little bit of a problem with this. Even though it's crafting mercury at the moment, and some other things, of course, it doesn't show up in the recipe, so I can't exactly cancel it unless I maybe remove this or just let it do its thing. So yeah, let's do that. And the priority of this, of course, has to be nice and high, because I only want the mercury to be in this industrial grinder and nowhere else, really. Because if it's somewhere else, there might be some problems with it never going into the grinder again, and this computer is crafting as much as possible. So yeah, as you can see, it's crafting more and more and more, and once it is done with crafting and it got enough, it will just sleep for 40 seconds. So this should, if I am correct, keep a nice supply of mercury in here at all times. So yeah, I can just have a export bus now. Set up to, actually I kind of need to go behind and then around and up and all kinds of difficult stuff, of course. Actually, let's do the import bus there, because the export bus I still have to configure. And I got an email, awesome, I like emails. Or do I? Sometimes they are spammed, which is not what I like, so, you know. Let's go up, get a cable. A ME cable this time, because, you know, we change every day. And connect you. Okay. So this should, for the rest of my life, keep the grinder supplied with at least 16, probably more, mercury cells. And yeah, I will be happy about it. So let's try it out a little bit. Let's get some ores to, like, process. Okay, so I added some ores, as you can see, and as you also can see, there are 70 mercury cells left. And if we look in the computer, yeah, it has not done anything for a while, because there's a little bit of a problem that if there aren't enough ingredients to make the mercury cells, it will keep adding more and more to craft. But anyway, that's not going to happen ever again. My cells are very full, as you can see, and that's kind of bothering me. And the reason that they are full is mainly because of tiny piles of stuff. As you can see over here, I got at least like 11 of them. 11 different tiny piles of stuff. And of course down here I got this auto crafter for crafting nuggets into the actual bars. Now what if I take a ME cable, thank you, and just go ahead and destroy these. Because why not, right? What will happen? That's a very good question. Well, obviously, it's not going to craft anymore. As you can see in here, there's only methane left, which kind of makes sense because I had a lot of galena ore and that really took a hit out of my MFSU. But that's not the problem. So, yeah. The problem, of course, is that it's all way too full. Now, how to fix this? Well, why not use a computer? To be more exact, a computer with a bridge. The bridge is, or the MA bridge is added by computer, no, it's added by, what's that called? MISC Peripherals, Miscellaneous Peripherals by Richard G. And yeah, it allows for interaction with the ME network in a little bit more powerful way than is possible with the Open Peripherals mod. So yeah, kind of have to wait on that. Why you know? Oh, of course. You know, this beta version is a little bit buggy. I don't need a portal there, by the way. In that it sometimes doesn't really update the terminal, but oh well. So I am going to use an advanced computer, and I will just, I don't know. I could remove this, I believe. You happy? Yeah, you are happy. And then just place you here. Sure, why not? So this ME bridge doesn't do anything, and this computer, of course, needs a label. And I am going to label it Crafter. Why not? Sure. I mean, label set Crafter, of course. It's late here, so don't blame me. Okay. So now this computer is Crafter. Let's paste bin get. And then, of course, this code, which you can also get for free on Pastebin to use for yourself. Please just don't edit it or something, or at least give me some credits. I mean, yeah, whatever. And you can edit it, but give me credits. And we will call it craft, whatever. Enter. Okay, so if we edit craft, you will see a lot of scary stuff. A lot of scary stuff. Yeah. Okay, so of course at the top we have local AE, which stands for applied logistics again, and then peripheral.wrap ME bridge 0, which is made for a network connection. But we don't have that, so we can just wrap the right, which is that device there. And then we have the recipes. So each of these recipes, if I go to the end here, you can actually see the results, and I'm trying to get a better position. So each of these represent the crafting recipe for manganese dust, emerald dust, olivine dust, pulverized iron, pulverized copper, pulverized ferrous metal, pulverized lead, iridium ingot, copper ingot, tin ingot, raw aluminium, gold ingot, iron ingot, glowstone dust, and redstone. So at the start here, the first value is the item ID and then the damage value of manganese dust. And then the second one right here is the item ID and damage value of tiny manganese dust. And then at the end is this 4, which stands for that it needs 4 of the tiny manganese dust to craft one of the manganese dusts, if that makes sense. So basically this is an array inside of an array, with the item IDs as the key for the first one. So yeah, there you go. And then we have here the local function UUID, which basically turns the ID and damage, like you see over here, into a unique identifier, for, which is what MISC Peripherals uses. So of course we have to find the colon, if there is any. If there is, ID will not give any. If there isn't, it will just you know, give like 331 or something, and the damage will be 0. But if there is a colon, it will get the substring of that. So first it will of course get the ID, and then it will try and get the damage over here, and of course make it all numbers, because numbers are nice. And then it will return the formula that is used to get the unique identifier. Here we have the function convert all to the unique identifier, which is really simple. It just converts all of them, to a unique identifier if that is needed. So as you can see right here, it just loops to all the recipes. By the way, this is called recipes. And then it converts it, it puts it into temp, and then it sets recipes as temp. And then we have a function craft, which is it's the advanced part of this whole program. Local stored items is applied energistics.list items. This will get every single item of that is in the applied energistics system. Okay, and then for item and ingredients in the pairs recipe. So basically, this is the item over here, and this is the ingredient, right? Basically, it will put this whole string, or well, now it's a unique identifier, but it will put that in the item, and then it will put this whole array, including the 4, into the ingredient, and it will loop through that. And then local amount is the stored amount, or the stored items of ing1. In other words, the stored items of the first value in the ingredients, so the recipe, right? So if there is any of the recipe item, it will be in here. Basically, this will be null, nil, or any number. And if it's not nil, so if it is something, then if it's bigger than the ing2, ingredients 2, which is basically this 4 or this 9, then it will go ahead and see how much it has to craft, the craft amount. Okay, so it's a very simple formula here. Basically, first it does the amount and then the remainder of basically the remainder of amount if you divide it by ingredients 2, either 4 or 9, and it subtracts that from the amount, and then it divides it by the ingredients, which means you will get the maximum amount that is craftable out of here. And then of course have a little kind of debug string or information print, I should say, and then just craft the item and the amount. And then sleep for 0.05 seconds, which is basically 1 tick, which is needed because otherwise your server crashes. By the way, if you want to crash the server, totally just remove this and you should be good. And then it will convert all to unique identifier first, so you know the system works and stuff. And then it will craft every single possible item. That's the idea, at least. So if I go to exit this and enter craft, it should craft quite a bunch. Well, I should probably work on getting all these dusts as a recipe first, because that would probably be smart to have, right? Yeah, I think so. So let me do that and I'll be back, because they are not crafting recipes yet, and they should definitely be crafting recipes, because otherwise it will say, yeah, I crafted them, and you know, it won't craft them because it has no recipe for it. And do the same thing for the nuggets, of course. So this is gonna take a lot of patterns, but that is okay. I will do everything for not having the whole list of items showing up there. So I'll be back. Let's add 17 freaking patterns. That's a lot of them. There's definitely a lot of different patterns for all these items. And it should craft pretty much all 17 of them. So let's see what this computer does now. Craft. Oh yeah, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 of the 17 items that we can craft. All the others just didn't have the dust. So it should, if I like look for a nugget, yeah, all the nuggets are gone. If I look for tiny pile, all of the tiny piles are gone. And apparently the only one I messed up on is glowstone. That's really nice. So yeah, very, very, very effective little program. And I might have messed up on tin and copper as well, and zinc. Let's see what it says. Craft again, please. Okay, so that's definitely glowstone, which I don't know why it doesn't make it, but we will get to that. So glowstone. Yeah, I think I messed up the ID. Let's see, edit, craft. And then have the glowstone over here. 21260 glowstone. Maybe I forgot to make it the recipe in the system, or that might be a problem. Glowstone dust has a double recipe over there. Where is it? Is it anywhere? Yeah, it is anywhere. It's in here. Yeah, that's a problem then. Let me think how to fix that. I guess the only way to fix it for now is to remove it. So, sadly enough, it doesn't do glowstone dust. Well, it would do. Actually, yeah. Okay, I'll just keep this one out for now. And other than that, we should have about everything, right? Zinc it's not doing, and tin it is also not doing. I don't think I have zinc in here because, yeah, it makes ferrous, right? Zinc goes to ferrous. Zinc. Or does it go to zinc? Because that would make sense. More likely. Wait a second, because, you know, NEI is a bit slow. Like very slow. Zinc, 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 zinc. 4 zinc makes a zinc dust. Yeah, so I definitely do not have that. Okay. Well, it's very easy to add one. Just go to the end and type in your stuff. Whoops. Is, or equals, I should say, then that one. And have a comma at the end. 2 of these here, another comma, and the amount 4. And then we have some apostrophes there, and we just enter the zinc anti-zinc ID. So let's get that. And zinc would be 21257, 21257, and the damage is 24, so 24, and it's crafted with 21260, 24. Okay, that's easy. So now it should make zinc, and of course I will add this as a U. Okay, so it should have like 3 or 4. Okay, beautiful. Interesting. Let's go again. Sure. Pretty sure it made the zinc now. Let's see, zinc. Yeah, it did. Good. Now we have to fix tin and copper. Actually, tiny dust. Come on, tiny. Yeah, there we go. Copper is broken and tin is broken, apparently. So let's fix those as well. Edit, craft. And, or actually over here. Do I have copper? I do have copper. So I need to fix those. Or that, I should say. 21260, 243. That's definitely different. Oh, that's the copper ingot. Oops. Do I have the copper dust? Pulverized copper. 21260, 243. That seems to be right. So, might have a problem with this guy then. Let's go down here for a second. And scroll over and look at the copper. Pulverized copper. Yeah, that should work. Unless I messed up to the ID. Let's see. Pulverized copper. Which has an ID of 20267. Let's see. 21267 and 32. Weird. That should actually work. Okay, and we don't have tin, I don't believe. So, whoops. Another one I forgot, I guess. So what's the recipe for this one then? So 4 tin gives 1 pulverized tin. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I think it does. Maybe I have a different recipe for pulverized copper. I probably do, actually. And crafts 1 pulverized copper with copper ingot. So I should remove those. And let's remove the glowstone as well. I mean, I think I can do it manually if ever needed. It's kind of a quirk in the applied energistic system, really. So yeah, that sucks, I guess. Okay, I got them all. I can clear those, but anyway, Go up and add the one for tin, because tin is also needed apparently. I do not have any tin dust, do I? Or P-tin, I should say. Nope. Okay. So at that one, just as always, the same way, every single time is very easy. Have you, and then comma and 4, and that should be good. Even though the color is a little bit messed up, that should fix itself. It crafts pulverized tin, 21267, of course, 21267, double dot, or colon. It's late, my fingers are fat. 33, okay, 33. And it's crafted with 21260, 21260, double dot. Yep, my fingers are very fat and I'm tired and trying to hurry this up. So, yeah, there you go. 244, okay. And copper should just work. And here, of course, have it P-tin. Let's see, craft. Whoop. And of course, now we should see... Still not the glowstone going away? Maybe break you? Replace you, see if it works better this time. Craft. Okay. So it did work better this time. Or it did not work at all. This glowstone is... what's it called? Working on my nerves a little bit. It should work, right? Or did I forget one? I might have. No, I don't think I did. Huh. Over here maybe? It's all kinds of debugging, really. Doesn't look like it. In here. Why are there 8 cells in there? I kind of didn't want it to do that, but I'll look in that later. Why doesn't it do the glowstone? Because I'm stupid. Edit, craft. Of course I'm stupid. There you go. I re-enabled the glowstone. Craft, please. So you see new ones popping up every time because obviously I am getting new ingots all the time. So, you know, that's definitely something to keep in mind. So it should now finally have used up the glowstone. Good. And let's see about the tin. Craft. Should make it twice. Okay. And then we have tin. Okay, so the tin dust doesn't really work yet. Why not? You're being annoying. Okay, pulverized tin. 4 tiny pile of tin. Tiny. So, yeah. That's the only one really that's left, right? So it does have the ingredient, right? But it doesn't have this one, right? Apparently. So 212 or 2026733. That should work. Weird. Huh. Is there another? There probably is. Oops. And yep. Okay, so there's definitely a downside to this, but most of it is a plus, really. It's good. So, yeah. Do it again, please. Craft. Now it should be gone with everything. Tiny. Yeah. So, a little bit of debugging, but we got there. And I have a lot of patterns to clean, apparently, because I'm not going to do it manually, and I will have plenty of these dusts, I believe. And if I don't, well, I'll have to find another solution. So, let's see. We definitely hit the end of this episode. So, if you liked this episode, leave a like. It was a bit of a nerdy episode. If you want to see more, subscribe. You will see them sooner than everybody else, except if the guy clicks the link sooner than you do. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, leave them in the comment section. This was ManIkWeet, as you all know, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye! Actually, before I forget, I should probably put this in a loop. Edit craft. And then while true, do tab it and Okay, and let's just sleep for, I don't know, 30 times 60. That would be half an hour. Sure, why not? Craft. Okay, so every half hour it will craft. And of course we also need the startup. So edit startup. Shell.run craft. And we should be good now. Okay, that's it. I'm out. Bye bye.